Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Raid Shadow Legends. In today's video, yes, I am pathetic. I am starting myself a fresh account after the 30-day Arbiter push on my other free-to-play account. A lot of people said, yeah, but you had Nut. And I'm like, yeah, I did. So we're going to do it again. We've got a new download link, which I absolutely love, catered towards this Arbiter rush. So if you want to join in and do this, I will leave that link in the description. I'm going to go through what we get in that link and my sort of game plan with this one. Now, I do apologize. My voice is absolutely shot. I was going to stream myself starting this account, but like I just like you can tell I've been sick for the last 3 days, so my voice is absolutely cooked. But we're gonna push this one out so you guys can jump in and play with me. And Deacon is on the screen because he is the one that we are getting with the new download link. Now we do have 3 other epics, no legendary in this one because we are going for epics that cater made towards the Arbiter missions, getting you through level 20 of all of the dungeons and also getting some decent damage into the clan boss. So Deacon Armstrong, here's one. He's not going to come until level 45. Basically, they're like, he's too powerful. If they're going to get him, they got to invest in playing the game to get him. So level 45, which on my previous account was between day 10 and 12. And at that stage, like Uugo was the other unit that I was using on my download link from that account. And I hadn't even built her past level 40. So I think this is a perfect time to go ahead and get him because this guy is going to be amazing. Basically, if you don't know what he does, max booked, he's going to use this one, fills the turn meter of all allies by 15% and decreases turn meters of all enemies by 15% and grants an extra turn. That becomes a 3-turn cooldown. This is absolutely insane. The extra turn is massive on this one. Then he has an AoE decreased defense, which is massive, goes up to 100% chance on a 3-turn cooldown. But keep in mind, because he is getting himself so many extra turns, if you max both of these out, this is effectively a 2-turn cooldown on an AoE defense break. And then he has his basic attack, which attacks one enemy 2 times, goes up to a 50% chance of placing leech for each hit, which is fantastic. It's a more reliable leech than what Uugo has. It's a more uptime defense break than what Uugo has. You are missing out on the little bit of healing, but I think in general, I do like this guy in this early push more than Uugo. And due to the fact that we do have buff block on Supreme Gallic, who with this strategy, I will be using Supreme Gallic. That is why I really decided to go with this guy over the Uugo. Now let's go over what else we have because I've just started an account to make sure it works. We can check for my promo code. I've been playing for about an hour and a half just to make sure getting to level 20 wasn't too late. Because through this download link, you can see you start off with Mausoleum Mage and then you get Fayne. Now, I'll explain these two in a minute, but you might say, but what about Tagoar? So Tagoar comes at level 20, which I just unlocked. And I want to explain why Tagoar is at level 20 because he is the main man. But level 20 is when you unlock faction crypts and you don't really need Tagoar before then. So I think it's a perfect time to go ahead and get the Tagoar. And the reason I have Mausoleum Mage and Fayne as Mausoleum when you start playing and Fayne at level 10 is because the Fayne, when you get her download, when you get her package in the mail at level 10, it comes with an epic skill book. So this was actually the second account I ran up to level 10 because the strategy you can do with that is now you can reroll to get the perfect Mausoleum Mage where you use one skill book to get his skill 2 maxed, and that is still where mine remains over on my main account. I think as long as you get a skill into this guy's skill 2, he becomes such high value, especially through this early game push. So by starting with the Mausoleum Mage and then getting the Fayne at level 10, all you have to do is run your account up to level 10, get that epic skill book from the mail and see if you can upgrade Mausoleum Mage's skill 2, and then you've got a perfectly set Mausoleum Mage for the progression of your account. So that is the reason for that one. Now the reason that I added Fayne into this one, who basically replaces the Elenaril for my other link, keep in mind if you would rather use my other link which has Elenaril, Tagoar, Mausoleum Mage and Uugo, you can still use that one. They are both still active, giving you guys as many options as possible. But like I said, I was discussing with the guys from Discord to try and make a really fun Arbiter push download link, and this is what we've come up with. Now, Fayne, the reason being, over on my other account where I'm using Nut, he carries me. Yes, he has the massive damage, but he also has attack break and he has weaken. What does Fayne have? Fayne has the weaken and the defense break, which we've already got through Deacon, but you know, another way to apply it. Then she also has the attack break with the damage from the poison. So she fills that role. She also is a multi-hitter with 2 hits on this one and 3 hits on this one, meaning a little bit of viability for Fire Knight. Deacon is 2 hits on his basic, viability for Fire Knight. So we have a lot of strong viability for that Fire Knight through these champions that we're getting, because the biggest roadblock, in my opinion, through clearing Arbiter missions, well, the one is playing enough arena matches, but number 2 is also getting through that level 20 Fire Knight because it is the hardest one. But I do believe with these champions, what I've theory crafted out, we should be able to push and do do a really fast Arbiter push. Now, the only thing is, it is school holidays for my kids. Easter's coming up and I'm going away. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up the arena attacks to, do better than my 30 days, but at least this will show you guys some free teams that you can build to get through everything through the early game. But then obviously once you get to Hydra and stuff, you'll start expanding. I still think that another fantastic, if you are a spender wanting to spend like 10, 15 bucks or whatever this pass costs, I do think Rector Drath is an amazing one to pick up because as you move into Hydra, that perfect fail is going to be really nice. But once again, this download link, we've catered it towards crushing through the early game. And as you can tell, level 20 is where we get this Tagoar, but I just wanted to run through an account quickly before I made a video and make sure that it didn't feel like too late for getting Tagoar. But as you can tell, we haven't even max leveled our Supreme Gallic. We've just been cruising through the missions and the challenges, just doing some of those. And you can see in the campaign, we're only up to stage 6 of campaign. So, you get that Tagoar super quick, which is fantastic. We did just unlock the faction wars as well, which once again, I did do this strategy the same as I did in my previous one, where I did pick normal Gallic as my starter so that I can unlock the Orc Crypt and crush through this thing using Supreme Gallic and Tagoar to really maximize the amount of craftable gear I can get. So that is the entire strategy of what I've done with this one. That is what the download link is going to give you. Now, when we look to books, as I mentioned, I kind of re-rolled for the Mausoleum Mage with his skill into this one. I was considering also re-rolling for gear as well. We actually got not too bad gear. We got this one with a big bad boy 13 speed on it. This one had a bit of crit damage and rolled a 4 speed. This one had some crit damage as well. And then we obviously got the speed boots that you get from the Shaman Chase, which is like the default one, and I did get one extra roll into crit rate, which ain't too bad. And then obviously we'll fill in these slots as we go and expand it as we go. So that is where we are currently at. As for skill books, like I said, go for one skill book into the Mausoleum Mage. I think re-rolling for this is fantastic. If you're having trouble with using the download links or any of these processes that I'm talking about, jump into the Discord. It's linked in the description. We can help you out. I'm sure there's a bunch of us that are going to be going ahead and doing this strategy. But after Mausoleum Mage, the skill books are going to go into the Tagoar until we max out his skill 2 and skill 3. After that, the skill books will be going into the Deacon. I will be holding my epic skill books for the Deacon in sacred order here because he is one I'm definitely going to want to max out this. This one is nice to max out, but because we have the secondary defense breaker in the team and this effectively is a 3-turn cooldown because of the extra turn, all I want out of Deacon really is to max out this skill here. And then even though I really want to upgrade this leech as well, but once I get these two skill ups into Deacon, then I will go back over to Fayne, and the one I really want to upgrade for Fayne is going to be the attack break, which is this one here. So I want to get the cooldown reduction on this so we have a more reliable attack break, and then I will go back, finish Deacon, and then come back and finish my Fayne. That is going to be my epic skill book priority on this one. Now, on this account, because I'm trying to rush Arbiter, once again, I don't know if I'm going to have the time to keep up with Arena, but I will be just be dumping my books into the Supreme Gallic. Now, that's something I wouldn't recommend anyone on like a fresh brand new account and stuff like that. I always think wait and see who you pull, because I'm not going to use any champions that I pull. That is why I'm going to skill book into the Supreme Gallic to reduce the cooldown on these things and make it a bit more efficient. Sorry, I was losing my voice super bad there. You can probably still hear it, but that is what we're going to do. Once again, the download link will be in the description. I'll have the 2 download links listed if you wanted to play, depending on which way you want to play, the way I played my previous account or this account. I do think they're both really fun ways to play through the game. Once again, I'm using the Supreme Gallic. I just think he's the superior choice for PvE progression in the game as your beginner code, but that is where we are at. Once again, my other account, I'm still grinding it on my phone at the moment. We're grinding through some of the missions, so that is going to remain as my main account. We're going to try and push that as hard into the end game using every unit that we have. The nut is going to carry as hard, and then we're going to start this account, and I'll give you guys regular updates on this one, probably daily updates, because like I said, I wanted to have an account where I didn't use nut, and I can still do everything required for the Arbiter mission. So that's what this one's going to be. I will probably stream this one as well. I did plan on streaming, but like I said, my voice is absolutely shot. You can probably hear how shit I sound, but it is what it is. That is the strategy. That is the account. Go have some fun. And if you want to join me in this one, jump in the Discord as well. And let's have some fun. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this one. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.